I think it's very sad. I've known Bob Woodward a long time. He had a chance to do a book that would have been truly interesting. How can a guy as unique as Donald Trump have created the level of economic growth we have? How can he have created the lowest black unemployment rate in American history? How can he have deregulated more regulations than any other president in American history? How can he have worked with Mitch McConnell and gotten more judges approved in the first 2 years than any president in American history? The list goes on and on and on. And yet, on the left, people like Woodward, who has had a great career, and as I said, I've talked to Bob for, I guess, 30 years now. They can't unlock. They can't say, gee, the really interesting story is this very unusual man is getting so much stuff done, and the country is so much better off. Shouldn't we try to understand what it is about Trump that works, rather than just write one more smear? I mean, look, I've known John Kelly since 1995. And if John Kelly says what Woodward wrote is a lie, what Woodward wrote was a lie. And I think that tells you a lot about this book. Bob went around to please all of his left-wing friends, gathered up every piece of trash he could, poured it all into a book, wrote it up on, a word processor with great speed, and now, because he's Bob Woodward, we're supposed to genuflect. I think it's a sad comment that no serious reporter on the left is willing to try to understand the amazing things that Trump is achieving. And I'm not defending Trump across the board. I think he's 80% a remarkable historic figure and 20% a reality TV personality. But that's worth exploring. I mean, how does this thing work?
I understand. I understand what you're saying. And you know what? In some parts of this, as you say, Newt, both things can be true. I mean, I think that the White House is in a situation right now that it has never been in before. Donald Trump does not run the White House the way that other people did. We know that he is very brutal, very honest at times with people about what he thinks about things. He doesn't always speak in a very PC manner. This is the third book, really, of this kind that we've had in the past year that lays this out. But, so does it hurt at all? Should he in any way change the way things work inside the White House to prevent this image that it's so chaotic, or does it not matter?
Well, Trump ought to do, there are things I think Trump could improve, and there are things where I think Trump could be more effective and at times less self-destructive. But let me be clear as a historian. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, probably the greatest, most effective president of the 20th century, routinely lied to everybody. He routinely set up his own cabinet to fight each other. I mean, if we'd had Bob Woodward hanging out with Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the stories we would have gotten of dysfunction and confusion and manipulation would have been amazing. He also created the New Deal and helped win the Second World War. So you got to ask yourself, is Trump different? Sure. Was Andrew Jackson different? Was Abraham Lincoln different? I worked very closely with Ronald Reagan. He was different. And there was tension in the Reagan White House all the time. So I think we ought to be clear about this. Yes, there are things you can write about Trump. You can demean him. You can make things look goofy. But again, notice what's happening. The people who have the greatest standard for honesty are standing up and saying, this book is not true. And that should bother Woodward a lot. If his legacy is that his last great book is just a big lie, that's a sad commentary.
All right. Newt Gingrich, thank you, sir. Always good to see you. Thanks for being here tonight.
Thank you.